What's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the Detroit Tigers franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Just a couple of episodes left in the series. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. That is all we provide for you here as we take a look at the lineup and the rotation for season number 11 of this series. We are going to be simming through a lot of seasons today. That is why the episode is so long. The final episode will be next episode, episode 101. That will be coming to you next week, and that one will be pretty close to just as long as this one to send off the series in a very nice way. As we simulate through season number 11 here, also I want to let you guys know that I'll be listening to some of your suggestions in the comments section as to teams that should be used for MLB The Show 21. So let me know what you think in the comments section. The Tigers do make the playoffs. They're in the wild card against the Mariners, and they lose 5-7. They have been eliminated from the playoffs, so another disappointing season for our Tigers. But we're doing the best to keep the team as competitive as possible in the meantime. I know I don't show off seasons in these sims, but I do try to keep the team pretty competitive as we take a look at the Brewers taking on the A's in the World Series, and the Brewers get through the A's in a sweep. So any of you Milwaukee Brewer fans out there, they win the 2030 World Series. Eugene Miller has retired off of our Tigers. He hasn't really been a key cog in the organization. Mookie Betts retires as a Yankee. Ugh, gross. Sorry, I had a puke. Let's see who else retires in this world. Jack Flaherty has now retired. Noah Syndergaard. How did he end up doing in his career? 3.48 career ERA. Not what I would have expected from him, but still a very good pitcher, obviously. Who else retired in this world here? Baruki, not a lot of names. Archie Bradley, I guess, is the biggest name so far. Trying to see if any of your guys retired as well. Michael Conforto retires. Jarrell Cotton. Let me know if you see any of your created guys in the retirement section that I don't go over, because that is always possible. Michael Fulmer, the former Tiger, retiring as well. We know he isn't going to be anywhere near Hall of Fame numbers. Jacoby Jones, another former Tiger, retires right there. Jacob Junis. Let's see who else is out here. Pablo Lopez. Alec Mills. Adalberto Mondesi retires. Joe Musgrove retires. Omar Narvaez. What else do we have? Colin Poche. Robbie Ray. Anthony Rendon with the retirement. I didn't look at his stats. I would have liked to. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Domingo Santana. Paul Sewald. Jerry Shackelford. Not Cole Shackelford. I guess it's Cole's brother. Michael Waka. Waka Waka. He retires. Dan Winkler retires. So let's move into the Hall of Fame. And it is Mookie Betts and Anthony Rendon who make the Hall. Rendon only had 394 homers, under 2,500 hits, but he did hit 305 in his career. Mookie Betts hits 290 with 407 homers, 2,400 hits, and he makes the Hall of Fame as well. So going into season 12 at this point, still McGowan on the team, still Ketel Marte on the team, still got Christian Pache on the team. Kendall Brown still there as a bench bat. And into the rotation, Richie Griffin, Ryan Weathers, Braden Young, the user, is there as well. Gilberto Cabrera and Quentin Blake as the setups. We're going to take Blake out. Randy Santiago, still the closing pitcher. So the bullpen a little worse than it's been. Mud Hens end up making the playoffs. So do the Seawolves. So let's see. Mud Hens going through, and they're down 2-1, but they have a chance to come back. The Mud Hens get eliminated, and the Seawolves get eliminated. They both lose in Game 5 of their series, so they do not make it. Tigers finished 92-70, so they will make the postseason, and they will play the Texas Rangers again. They have been a nemesis in these simulations, and they sweep us in a 5-game set. No. So the Texas Rangers move on, but it is the Blue Jays and the Nationals in the World Series. Blue Jays get the World Series win. Shout out to my boy EJ, big time supporter of the channel. He's a Blue Jay fan. So we have a couple of people retire off of the Tigers. Not exactly the biggest names. Blake Snell gets a ring for the Blue Jays and retires. He had a very, very good career. Kevin Crone retires. Who else do we have in this? Jalen Davis, Zach Hutchins. I'm just trying to see if there's any names we can recognize. JD Davis retires. And we'll see any of these old guys. Kyle Barraclaw, Greg Bird, Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts usually makes the Hall of Fame. We'll have to see if he does this time. Yanni Chirinos, Kyle Crick, Rafael Devers. Don't know if he'll make the Hall. Obviously a very good player in this. Max Fried retiring as well. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Bryce Harper retires. We'll take a look, see how many homers he ended up with. 506 and a career 269 average. Austin Hedges retires. Aaron Judge, how many homers did he end up with? Only 371. That is ultra surprising to me. So Aaron Judge must have had a host of injuries in this series. Jordan Luplow, Lance McCullers Jr. retiring as well. Rougned Odor, Shohei Ohtani. Let's see his numbers. A career 678 ERA. Nope. That is not Hall of Fame worthy. But a career 197 home runs. See, I think Ohtani's the type of player that if he was to stick to one position, he'd be fine. But, you know, trying to do everything, sometimes you end up absolutely doing nothing. Jonathan Scope, Luis Severino retiring as well. Daniel Vogelbach, Lamonte Wade. And yeah, Bradley Zimmer as well, the former Indian. And so Hall of Fame, Bryce Harper makes it with 506 homers, a career 267 average, 2,400 hits. Bogaerts part of the 3,000 hit club. He also had 490 homers for a shortstop. So McGowan's still there, Bunty's still there, KJ Harrison, Pache, Ketel Marte still there, but clearly on the decline. Kendall Brown still a bench bat for us. The user player. We're waiting for him to retire. We get Cole Stort into the rotation this year. Braden Young now the 5th starter. Randy Santiago still the closer. We get Cabrera to move up a bit in his overall. Don't know why Marshall Johnson's in there, but I put him in a spot he'll barely be used. The Mud Hens finish and make the playoffs. So do the Seawolves. Mud Hens, though, at a big disadvantage. They end up getting swept. The Seawolves sweep and get to the next round of their postseason, playing New Hampshire, and they win the Eastern League Championship. So the Seawolves again win another championship down in AA. The Tigers finish 103-59. So they make the postseason as division winners. They'll take on the Twins. Close series, but we win the set in 4 games, not 5, and move on to face Texas again. So now playing Texas, this is tough. We have a 3-2 lead, and we win the series in 6. We are going to the World Series to take on the Marlins. Here we go. Marlins win game 1, we win game 2. Marlins win 3, we win 4. Marlins win game 5. Can we keep it going? We do. We win game 6, and we win game 7. The Tigers win another World Series in the series. Let's go. An 8-7 game 7. Wow, that had to be a thrilling series for the ages. Every game was pretty close. Pache gets World Series MVP. Postseason MVP as well goes to him. Batted .403 in the postseason. Unbelievable. So his World Series MVP batted .440 in the World Series. We get a couple of retirements as well, but mostly minor leaguers, as we haven't really been paying a ton of attention in the minor leagues. Juan Soto retires due to injury, which is very interesting. That is not something you see very often. Jock Peterson retires. Ryan Howard, I believe that is somebody's player out there. There he is. He retires. He had 11 career home runs. Only played 3 years in the majors. didn't do a whole lot. Sorry to see that. What else ended up happening? Kyle Overstreet retiring. Kyle Schwarber retiring. Moving on through the list, Tim Anderson, Miguel Andujar retiring, Luis Reyes, Adam Bichette, one of the Bichette brothers. Shane Bieber retires. Let's see, what was he able to do in his career? Career 385. Probably could have been better. What else do we have? We have Carl Edwards Jr. on the retirements. We have Tyler Glasnow retiring. Joey Gallo hit 367 career bombs. Not going to be enough to get him in the Hall for sure. Jonathan Holder retires. Chad Jackson. Joe Jimenez, the former Tiger, retiring as well. Francisco Lindor, the former Tiger. He played with the Padres his final 2 years in the league, but mostly a Tiger throughout his career. Look how many years he played for us. Should be Hall of Fame. No problem. Should be no problem there. Daniel McGrath, that was probably one of your players as well. Don't think he'll be Hall of Fame worthy, but we'll see. Victor Reyes, that's a former Tiger as well. Miguel Sano, he was a Tiger killer in his career. He retires with 539 career bombs. He's probably going to make it to the Hall. Ramon Urias, Tyler Wade, Rowan Wick, Matt Wisler, Connor Wong, all those guys. Hunter Wood, another guy who was a former Tiger for a little bit. Frankie Lindor and Juan Soto are the two Hall of Famers. Juan Soto retired due to injury. He batted .304 with 409 bombs. Frankie, 279 career batting average with a 429 home run total. Only 2,300 hits, only 2,000 hits for Soto, but Hall of Famers. Ketel Marte now batting second in the lineup as only a 78 overall. We now have Kevin Biggio on the team, and no more Kendall Brown, so he is not any longer good enough to make the Major League roster. Braden Young is the ace this year. We'll see how that goes. Santiago still the closer. Cabrera and Tejeda in that setup role. We'll have to see what ends up happening this season. The Mud Hens end up making the playoffs. They will take on the Red Wings in the division series, and the Seawolves will take on the Rubber Ducks. So both teams, again, having a chance. The whole organization probably going to do pretty well. Let's see. Here's the Mud Hens. They trying to make a comeback. Both series go to a Game 5. The Mud Hens get eliminated, and the Seawolves get eliminated. Both in Game 5s. Damn it. So here are the Tigers coming down to the end of this season, and it looks like they'll have enough wins. 92 wins, they win the division. They'll be taking on the Yankees in the divisional series, the defending champion Tigers. Let's see. As we take on the Yanks, we are tied at 1 apiece. Lose that one and lose in Game 4 as well. A close one, 5-4. And the Yankees get themselves into the ALCS eventually against the Twins. The Twins, though, win that in 7 games. They take on the Cardinals in the World Series, and it is the Cardinals. Shout out to Elmer's, another friend of the channel. He is a big Cardinals fan, and they win the 2033 World Series. So the Cardinals, we're getting a lot of different World Series winners, which I do appreciate for sure, because that keeps things interesting. Rhys Hoskins, the first big-name retirement on this year's list. Colin Moron, as I like to call him. Sorry, Walty, that's just my preferred name for him right now. Who else retires? Matt Beattie, Carlos Mercado. None of these are huge names right now. Tyler Alexander retires. Not sure if that was one of your guys. Maybe. Javi Baez finally retires due to age. Yordan Alvarez retires as well. He may be a Hall of Famer. He had 534 homers in his career, and with an average of 299. That's probably Hall of Fame worthy. Jamie Barria, the former Tiger. Jose Barrios, the former Tiger killer, both retiring. Louis Brinson, remember when he was supposed to be like the next big thing? Willie Calhoun, Johan Camargo, both retiring. Michael Chavis, these are all names very much recognized. Randy Dobnak, What else? Alex Faedo, former Tiger. Carson Fulmer, Lucas Giolito, former Tiger killer. Who else? Kyle Keller, Garrett Kirkpatrick. None of these are big names. Jonathan Loizaga. Manuel Margot retiring. Phil Maton, another guy that we picked up for a little bit. Just a little bit in this series. Ryan O'Hearn retires. Freddie Peralta. Franmil Reyes retiring as well. Gary Sanchez. Let's see, how many homers? 282. No Hall of Fame for you, bud. How are you playing till you're 41? You're not even that good. Tariq Skubal, how did he do in this series? A career 3.95 ERA. That's actually not terrible. He ends with more wins than losses. Picked that up a lot after he left us for some reason. Dansby Swanson, Blake Swihart, all retiring. Sam Tuivailala, that's Huskers' favorite player. Javi Baez, 434 homers, 270 average. He makes the haul. So does Yordan Alvarez, as predicted. Shamond Hawkins is back with the team. We wanted to bring him back. He's back with Richie McGowan. McGowan's playing DH now in his later stages of his career, I guess you could say. He's getting into his 30s now. And Brady Young, still the ace. He's still rising in overall, which is good. We like seeing that. And we've got a lot of guys that we have drafted coming up as well. Victor Tejada, Frank Hemphill is coming up. Picking up a lot of these young guys. Mud Hens, they are playing the Rail Riders in the first round of the postseason. And the Sea Wolves won their division as well. So a shot here to, again, complete that sweep I've been wanting to do. The Seawolves win their series, and a Game 5, the Mud Hens move on. So here we go. We got a shot. The Seawolves looking to sweep in this round, and they do. They win their championship quite easily. Now, the Mud Hens get eliminated, unfortunately, and the Tigers are fighting to get to 90 wins. They don't, but they're a wild card team with 88 wins. They're going to take on the Yankees in that wild card, and the Yankees kill them 11-2, as you could pretty much expect. So let's see what the World Series matchup is. It's Yankees and Giants. So this is interesting. The Giants win the World Series over the Yankees. That would make V-Dub very, very happy. Congrats, V-Dub. The Giants win the 2034 World Series. Josh Rojas, a former Tiger. He is retiring this season. Drew Jackson. Who else is going? I recognize almost zero of these names. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So, again, reminder that episode 101, which will be the next episode, is going to be the last episode of this series. So make sure you come out and support that. Pete Alonso retires off the Cubs. Ugh. 530 homers and a 270 career average for Pete Alonso. So there's a possibility he could make the haul. Mark Leota, that's one of your players. 3.75 ERA. He had more wins than losses. That's good, but not Hall of Fame worthy, unfortunately. He did play for a lot of meh teams. Blake Westcott, he had a career 4.62 ERA and 43 wins, 50 losses. That's not going to be Hall of Fame worthy either, but he did play for the Marlins and the Nats, who didn't do much during our series. Brian Aviles, he retires as well. 505. I think I was thinking of another Aviles when I took a look at him. Reginald King, the fourth. That is one of your players as well. He finishes with 74 career homers and a 227 career average. Played in the majors for 4 years and fizzled out badly, so not good there. Sandy Alcantara, former Tiger for a little bit, and he finishes with a career 383 with more losses than wins. Not exactly great there. Ryan Burke retires. Nick Birdie, Walker Buehler. Maybe Walker Buehler could be a Hall of Famer. I didn't take a look. Eduardo Cervantes, our draft pick. Our original boyo, 3.85 is his career ERA. That's not going to be Hall of Fame worthy, but, you know, is what it is. Sir Anthony Dominguez, another former Tiger. Let's see how he did. A 4.35 career ERA. Not Hall of Fame worthy. Clint Frazier. Tommy Griffin retiring as well. He never got to play in the majors, but he was quite a player in AAA. That's for sure. Danny Jansen. Who else retiring? Anybody interesting here? Not really. Yoan Moncada. Here we go. Let's see. How good is he? 446 homers, 296 average. He had 2,300 hits. Is that going to be Hall of Fame worthy? I don't know. We're going to find out. I can't make a call on that one. It might be, honestly, just due to the position that he plays. It might actually work for him. I recognize 0 of these names. Garrett Stubbs. Kristen Stewart. There we go. There's a former Tiger. 244 average. Nothing crazy. Chadwick Trump. Rowdy Tellez. None of these guys are going to be Hall of Famers here. Let's just see who makes it to the Hall. Jordan Zimmerman. Wow, he's been around for a while. All right, it is Yoan Moncada, 446, 296 average. Yep, they did give it to him, 2,300 hits. Richie McGowan still with the team, still a 91 overall. Shaman Hawkins with the team as well. Christian Pache starting to go down. Obviously, Ketel Marte is like in the minors with some team right now, probably waiting to retire and die. Jimmy Wilson, 97 overall. Remember him from the scouting episodes. We have him in the rotation now. Braden Young in the middle of that rotation as the only lefty. Randy Santiago is aging and going down, so Jose Tejeda takes that closing spot. Mud Hens, not good enough to make the playoffs this season. The Seawolves win their division. The Seawolves have been pretty dominant, if I do say so myself, but they do get eliminated this season. Tigers gonna get over 95 wins. In fact, they get 99 wins, and they win the division. They'll be taking on the winner of the wild card game in the ALDS, and that is the Cleveland Indians. So, a 1-1 series tie. Indians take the series lead, and they win a 2-1 game. They end up getting themselves in the World Series in a repeat against the Marlins and avenging themselves of the 1997 World Series. They win in 2035. I have to wait till 2035 for my Indians to win. Jose Garcia, he was a Tiger for... Oh, no, he wasn't. That was not the Jose... That is not the Garcia I'm thinking of. Strike that. Reverse it. Scott Kingery retires. Chad Spangenberger, love that name. Cole Tucker retires. Tyler Frick, there he is. He was a bane of our existence in Cleveland for a while. 4.49 ERA, 115 and 111. Don't think it's going to be enough to make the Hall of Fame, but he really was a pain in the ass when we went against him in Cleveland. So congrats there, Tyler Frick. Fernando Tatis Jr. retiring. And he retires with 304 homers, a 281 average. I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy. I'm going to be real. The MLB The Show 21 cover man, not Hall of Fame worthy. And MLB The Show 20, Victor Robles, that's not Hall of Fame worthy. I wanted to check, though, but no. Harrison Bader, Jake Bowers, Jordan Balazovic. There he is, the former Tiger. A 4.09 ERA. That's not going to be good enough either. Jake Bowers, Andrew Benintendi, didn't check him. Alex Bregman, didn't check him either. Oh, yes, we do. We're going to check him. Let's see, 286 average and 424 homers. Maybe. That's a big maybe. We'll see if he does make it or not. Justin Dunn retiring. Who else do we have here? Ronald Guzman. Ken Hahn, he is a former minor leaguer, but he came up with the Orioles. He didn't have that great of a career though. 5.16. Josh Jung retiring as well, former Tigers minor leaguer. Lincoln, I'm showing him because that's the greatest name ever. Ketel Marte, obviously former Tiger, 298 average. He had 469 nice home runs. Almost 3,000 hits for Ketel. He should be a Hall of Famer. Dustin May, another former Tiger. Francisco Mejia retiring as well. Let's see, going through the P's into the R's. Reed Foley, Rincon, Sanchez, a couple Sanchez's. Ryan Schaefer, he was a part of our rotation for a bit. And 4.25 ERA, 88 and 87. Hey, he had more wins than the losses, but not going to make the Hall. Just a solid role player during his time. Justice Sheffield, Cole Stort was a former Tiger as well. Brandon Wood, Juan Zapata. That is it. Let's go into the Hall of Fame. It's Alex Bregman with his 2,500 hits, 424 homers, 286 average, and of course, former Tiger Ketel Marte. So very proud of him making the Hall of Fame, especially since he played with us for a pretty long time. So Ketel Marte in the Hall. You love to see it. So we move into the next season, and Richie McGowan is now the 3-hole hitter. No longer that leadoff type of guy, losing some speed. Shimon Hawkins will back him up in the 4-hole, but the lineup is progressively getting a little bit worse here. Joey Caruso, now the ace. Jimmy Wilson, the number 2 guy. Braden Young is still in the starting rotation, so he is holding on pretty strong. Orlando Reyes, the new closing pitcher for us, a 95 overall. Tejeda will be the setup guy this time. Mud Hens make the postseason as a wild card. They'll have to take on the Iron Pigs, and the Sea Wolves make the postseason as well. Mud Hens against the Iron Pigs. They lose one game. The Sea Wolves sweep their series, and they'll take on the Reading Phils. And the Mud Hens get through the Iron Pigs. So now the Sea Wolves taking on the Reading Phils. Mud Hens sweep. They're going to go to the AAA National Championship. And the Sea Wolves in a Game 5 win their championship. So an opportunity for both minor league teams to win, and the Mud Hens do it. They win 5-3 against the Tacoma Rainiers to take the AAA national title. And look at the Tigers, 109 wins. They win their division, and we will have to see how they do in this postseason. Toronto puts them on the ropes in a Game 5, but the Tigers get through. They take on the Yankees in the ALCS. Game number 1 belongs to the Yankees. Number 2 goes to us. Number 3 and number 4 goes to us. The Yankees battle back to a Game 7, and the Tigers win it 6-3. They win the ALCS and will be taking on the Padres. We split that 1-1, then take Game 3, lose 4, take 5, lose 6, it's Game 7, and we lose in Game 7 of the World Series to the Padres. No, we had a chance to go with the organizational sweep, and we lose to the Padres in the World Series. How disheartening can it be? Emmanuel Clase picks up the win against us. Just write the storylines, man. Wow. Richie McGowan, postseason MVP, 319, 5 bombs. Hawkins was up there too. He had 5 bombs as well. World Series MVP you see there. The MVP of the year was Shimon Hawkins. He had 42 bombs. Monty Cole was up there also playing for us. McGowan, you could see, he won a lot of MVPs in the series so far. Seth Beer, the former Tiger, retiring at 245 average, 70 career home runs. He hit a couple big home runs for us in big spots, though, so we very much appreciate what Seth Beer was able to do. Corey Seeger retires off the Oakland A's. He had a 283 career average. We'll see if his numbers were good enough to potentially make it into the Hall of Fame. I know Seeger is a favorite in the MLB The Show realm. We'll see how that does for him. Ross Adolph, I just love the name. Don't think he's anybody in particular out there. Franklin Barreto retires as well. Bo Bichette, how did he do? 338 homers, 269 average. Nice, nice. Kendall Brown finally retiring. There he is, the longtime Tiger. 255 average, only 169 home runs. He hit most of them for us. So, unfortunately, we had him for a couple of years as a backup. He didn't do a lot of playing at the end of his career. Griffin Canning retiring as well, another former Tiger. Let's see, a 3.94 career ERA. He was 188 and 148. It's really hard for pitchers to make the Hall of Fame in this. That's one complaint I definitely have. Hopefully that kind of logic gets better in the future and pitchers start pitching like the way they're supposed to. Corey Corbett, he was a long-time minor leaguer for us. Mario Corona, he pitched for us for a few years, but ultimately ended up on other teams, unfortunately. I wanted him to be a big part of this team, but never really came to fruition for that to be able to happen. Let's see, Josiah Gray. Christian Hall, that's one of you guys as well. Somebody made Christian Hall. He had a 191 career average. Oh, he played his opening year in Colorado, and that was all he did. That's strange. Unfortunate, but I know somebody made Christian Hall. Shed Long, hey, Mariners legend from the Mariners series. Shout out there. If you guys didn't watch the Mariners series and you're hungry for more MLB The Show, definitely consider giving that a look. The quality is not as high as this series as far as video and audio quality, but the quality of depth is the same. So definitely check that out if you want to. I will link it at the end of this video, of course, as we continue going on. I might even link the Pirates series that I did for MLB The Show 18. That one started out with some depth, but because it was getting very low viewership, I changed it into more of a sim-style type of thing. But it's also worth checking out. Jimmy Yacobanis, look at the yak, baby. Jimmy Yacobanis, which is my inspiration for Yacobanis from FGFL, for those that are a part of it. If you're not, check out my Twitch. It is in the description below. Carlos Correa, 530 homers, 2788 in hits, and a 285 average. I didn't even see him there in retirements. Didn't see Nomar Mazara either, but he had a career 275, and he is a Hall of Famer as well. Richie McGowan is 35 years old now as an 89 overall. Trey Mullins is on the team. Shaman Hawkins as well. Monty Cole is still there. And into the rotation, Jimmy Wilson, now the third pitcher. Joey Caruso is the #1 guy right now. And Jose Tejeda gets back into the closing pitcher role, while Orlando Reyes is in the setup. So we move forward. The Mud Hens win their division. They'll take on the Rail Riders, and the Seawolves win their division. So an opportunity again, possibly, for an organizational sweep. We've been trying for this. The Mud Hens have won their series, and the Seawolves win theirs. They're going to take on the Fighting Phils. The Mud Hens take on the Columbus Clippers. Let's see. The Mud Hens get eliminated, and the Seawolves get eliminated. So no shot for an organizational sweep this year. The Tigers gonna win 96 games on the season. They make the postseason as a wild card team, and we're taking on the Yankees, and they beat us. Well, we got the better of them last year. They beat us this year. They end up losing in 5 to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays or Padres. It's going to be one of those two teams getting a second World Series in this video alone, and it is the Blue Jays in 2037. Again, shout out to EJ, longtime supporter and big-time sub-gifter over on Twitch. Again, if you're not over there, check in the description. Zachary Goldstein is a player that you guys made, and he really didn't do a ton in his career, unfortunately. As we take a look, a 259 average career and 49 total home runs. So, not the best career for him, but appreciate him submitting his player. Let's see, Deshaun Knowles. I think that was another player submitted by you guys, and 256 average, 271 homers. That might be one of the better ones that we have seen as far as a user player. Rowdy Miller. No, I didn't check him, but Rowdy Miller is up there. I didn't even see him. I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, though. Ozzie Albies, 268, 287 homers. I don't think that's going to be enough for him to make it to the Hall, but maybe. I don't know. Arozarena had 145 homers. Nelson Barreto, there's a former Tiger. He had 139 homers, a 226 average. Everybody wanted him traded off the team, so I got rid of him when I did. Kevin Biggio is up there. So is Alec Bohm. Let's see Kevin Biggio. 255, 314 career home runs. Alec Bohm, longtime Tiger, 264 average, 341 home runs. I don't think that's going to be enough. Chris Bryant had 456 and a 294 average. He's probably Hall of Fame worthy. Willie Bunty, he's Tigers Ring of Honor worthy, I'll tell you that. 140 homers, 269 average, nice. He had 298 stolen bases as well. Blaze Bush, you guys made Blaze Bush. He had a 3.54 career ERA with a 21 wins. Not going to be enough to be a Hall of Fame type of guy. Scotty Cherry was in the scouting videos. He had a 4.88 ERA. Nothing crazy, though. Logan Davidson, he was a Tiger for a good little while before moving on to Pittsburgh and then Philly, but he's not going to be Hall of Fame worthy either. What else do we have? Gerber baby. Hunter Green. There's Richie Griffin. He finally retires. We're going to take a look at him in a sec. Hunter Green. Nothing really doing there. Oh, we don't look at Richie Griffin. Why not? I needed to look at him. I needed to see. Oh, I hate myself sometimes. Steven Jackson. That is one of your user players as well. He will not be a Hall of Famer. Eloy Jimenez will, though. 546 homers for him. That is definitely going to be enough to get him in. Jahmai Jones, we had him for a while. 143 career homers, 269. Nice average. Michael Kopech retires as well. There was a lot to look at in this one. A lot of good guys retiring. Manny Machado hanging him up. How many homers? 498. He was too shy of 500. I don't know. He should get in, though, because shortstop and third baseman hitting almost 500 homers. That's almost a guarantee for him. Brendan McKay, he retires. Victor Mesa. Gerardo Reyes. Luis Robert, he was a killer against us, and he hit 328 career homers. I don't think he's going to make it, though. I don't know about that. Anthony Seeger was in our minor leagues for a good while, and we are coming to the end of this. Ryan Weathers, he was a pitcher for us for a good little bit, and he had a 4.15 career ERA. 127 and 82, though. That's a very good record. Jesse Winkler retiring. Let's take a look. A lot of guys in the Hall. Eloy Jimenez, Chris Bryant, Manny Machado, and J.J. Bleday. I did not expect him to make the Hall of Fame, but a 296 average, 406 homers. It makes a lot of sense. And that's going to conclude this section of the final simulation to the end. We have a lot more to do. We got to see Richie McGowan retire, so come back next week for next week's Tigers episode, the final episode, episode 101. Make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content, because that's exactly what we're doing here. And make sure that you click right here if you want to see some more MLB The Show franchise.